Hello friends, welcome to Kamath Astrology. Today's topic is Illuminati agenda and a new world order, and we will analyze this from the perspective of sixth planetary conjunction happening in the sign of Pisces from 29th March 2025. So in this video we will try to understand what is Illuminati, what is its agenda, and how it is trying to create a new world order, and what does the planetary conjunction in March show. So Illuminati is based on a conspiracy theory claiming that there is a secret elite group that controls all the world events from behind the scenes. Now, the original Illuminati was called as Bavarian Illuminati. It was a secret society formed in Bavaria, which is modern day Germany, on 1st May 1776 by Adam Weishaupt, who was a law professor in the University of Ingolstadt. And this society aimed to promote Enlightenment ideals such as reasoning, logic, secularism, and freedom of thought. Now, the key themes of Bavarian Illuminati was to oppose religious influence in government, to promote rational thinking over superstition, and to advocate for democracy and freedom against monarchy and the church. So it attracted several intellectuals, politicians, influential thinkers such as the Freemasons. Prominent figures in this society included Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, Elector of Bavaria. However, the Bavarian government saw this as a threat and they dissolved this in 1785, and the members were persecuted. However, it is believed that some members of this group survived the persecution. They went underground and they influenced future secret societies, which are now known as modern Illuminati. So what does the modern Illuminati do? It tries to control governments and corporations. How does it do that? By manipulating elections, global leaders, major industries to shape the world affairs in their favor. Then these secret societies try to control the central banks, that is, they control the banking systems. Example, the Federal Reserve, IMF, World Bank, and intentionally sometimes they create a financial crisis for their own gain. They use media and entertainment for propaganda. For example, they influence Hollywood, they influence news outlets to spread rumors, messages that shape public opinion. And the most important point of modern Illuminati is it is trying to create a new world order wherein there will be a single global government with total control. It is this modern Illuminati which influences war and crisis. That is, they deliberately engineer wars, pandemics, and economic crashes to maintain controls. They use symbols and rituals. Example, the all-seeing eye on the US dollar bill or pyramids. Now, who are the alleged members of Illuminati? So definitely this is an elite society that controls everything. So billionaires and elite families, example Rothschild, Rockefellers, Morgans, these are believed to be a part of this Illuminati. Political leaders, example former US presidents, British royalty, the Vatican, many of them are said to be a part of this Illuminati. Entertainment figures, example Madonna, Kanye West, these are also believed to be part of Illuminati. Business magnates, example Musk, Bezos, Gates, these are believed to be part of Illuminati. There is no concrete evidence, but they are believed to be a part of this secret elite society. Now, what are the different levels of controls that Illuminati tries to establish? First is political control. How does it do that? It influences elections through secret deals, politicians, and financial banking. UN and other secret organizations, groups such as Bilderberg Group, Council on Foreign Relations, Trilateral communications are believed to be fronts of Illuminati. Next, it tries to establish economic controls in its favor by controlling central banks, example the IMF, World Bank, Federal Reserve, and indirectly it controls the economy by doing stock market manipulations, crashes to redistribute the wealth to the elite. Now, the third level of control is through media and entertainment. This involves social engineering, false rumors, news outlets, and manipulation of all the news and propaganda. The fourth level is social engineering, where artificial crises are deliberately created. Example, false wars, pandemics, climate change, terror attacks to justify new laws and surveillance. So, a basic premise of this Illuminati is to use technology and artificial crisis to control the world. Now, this is a very important thing. What Illuminati wants to do is to establish a new world order with a single global government that controls all aspects of your life. For example, political aspects, economic aspects, military aspects, as well as the social aspects. Now, how do they plan to do that? The first step is to establish complete economic control, that is to have a cashless society where the transactions are completely digital and controlled by a central authority. Second step is to establish a universal basic income so that everyone becomes dependent on the government. This is done by creating large scale unemployment everywhere. Third step is collapse of national currencies so that it can be replaced by a single global currency. The next step is to control human beings. How is this done? This is done through digital IDs, global microchip implants, biometric passports, so that travel can be restricted and all transactions can be tracked and controlled. AI and 5G surveillance. Example, the social credit system in China. Now today whenever you go out, for example in India, you use the Aadhaar card for authorizing transactions. So there is a digital track of all your transactions. When you created the Aadhaar card, you might have enabled the iris scan and given your fingerprints. So all that data is now there with the government. I'm not just talking of the Indian government. The US government has the social security number. So through that, everything is tracked. Now you have something called DigiYatra in India, which is a facial recognition system that is linked to the Aadhaar. So in a way, the government has all your data. And across the world, governments are doing this, and indirectly, Illuminati is misusing this data. So how will you control humans? You will control humans through digital IDs, through AI, through 5G surveillance, through facial recognition, smart cities where people can be monitored 24/7, digital implants where certain chips are implanted into their brains, into their palms, through which people can be tracked. This is the higher goal of Illuminati. Censorship and thought control, that is control of internet, social media, news channels to suppress any dissent. Military and law enforcement domination, disarm civilians, for example, remove all gun laws so that civilians can keep no arms with them. Have a global police force which will replace the local military, and use of crisis to impose martial law. We have seen this happening in different countries like Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, where the crisis could be artificially engineered to control those governments indirectly. Now, if this secret society called Illuminati wants to control the world, the first step is to have a smaller population to control, and for that, their agenda is to create depopulation in the world, that is to reduce the world population by a very large number. How do they do this? Through manufactured pandemics, through false wars, through food and water control. Some people also allege that this is done through vaccines. promote infertility through chemicals. So through this, they try to create depopulation or reduce the global population so that they can easily establish control over the entire world. Now, what are some secret societies who are believed to be a part of Illuminati? We will look at that also. There is something called as Bilderberg Group. Now, this is actually a secret meeting of powerful elites, politicians, rich people, and in that meeting, no media is allowed, and it is believed that what is discussed there are nothing but how to shape the world policy and the subsequent events. There is also a secret society called as Skull and Bones Society, which is a secret society at Yale University, and its members are believed to include former President George H.W. Bush, George W. Bush. So, the Illuminati is nothing but an imaginary group or a conspiracy theory which is believed to have secret societies or set of elites who try to control the world events and establish a single central authority over the entire world. It is allegedly believed that many events such as the 9/11 attacks, the 2008 financial crisis, the COVID pandemic were deliberately engineered by the Illuminati. Now, all this was to give you a background of what is Illuminati, what is its agenda. We don't know whether it is real or it is a conspiracy. But let us look at the sixth planetary conjunction which is happening in the sign of Pisces on 29th March 2025. Now you can see a massive gathering of planets in the sign of Pisces, which is the last sign in the zodiac belt. It is the 12th house, and therefore it represents spirituality, it represents hidden agendas, it represents losses, it represents expenses. Now, a massive planetary gathering here shows hidden forces at work, secret deals, and manipulation of global consciousness. How you have Neptune here. Neptune represents illusion and mysticism, spiritual awakening in some cases. Rahu here represents deception. Now, Saturn is going to enter this sign on 29th March, and Saturn indicates systematic control, long-term planning. So, what Saturn here shows is that elite groups are consolidating powers and slowly enacting laws and long-term plans, imposing restrictions on the society. Mercury and Venus in this house shows media, cultural influence and propaganda. Mercury rules communication, news networks, stock markets. Venus rules arts, entertainment, public persuasion, and all this suggests mass media manipulation because Venus, Rahu, Neptune, Mercury, all of these are there together. Now, what does Sun and Moon here indicate? Sun indicates leadership, Sun indicates government, Moon indicates emotions and mass consciousness. So, when Sun, Moon are with Rahu, Neptune, it shows leaders acting in secrecy, mass psychological influence, or engineering global events deliberately, resulting in massive loss of life and depopulation, which is the agenda of Illuminati. So basically, this sixth planetary conjunction in Pisces shows that the world order is going to change very soon. We will soon have a new world order, and in this new world order, or before this new world order comes, lot of economies will perish, lot of governments will perish, the population will reduce drastically, there will be massive depopulation through wars, engineered pandemics, engineered climate changes, social engineering, artificial intelligence, job losses. All these things will be there to create massive depopulation and a central control of all the countries in the world. That is the agenda of Illuminati. And through this conjunction, it does look like a major portion of this agenda is coming true right now. It may materialize in the near future. But remember that the sign of Pisces shows spiritual awakening. So people will come to know what is the reality. Many scams will come out and many leaders will be exposed, and there will be a true spiritual awakening after March 29th, 2025. When the events slowly start to unfold, people will start realizing what is going on in this world and how to come out of this suffering. The Illuminati is nothing but the false Christ, whom people will treat like messiahs. People will believe in them only to be deceived later and resulting in a spiritual awakening. So, friends, this was the short message I wanted to give you, that a new world order will be established very soon, post 29th March 2025. Within the subsequent years, we will see many wars, diseases, pandemics coming forth, resulting in massive depopulation, and things will appear to be going in the direction of agenda of Illuminati. But remember, there is a divine power, there is a supreme power beyond which all this Illuminati agenda will fail and eventually truth will prevail. So friends, that's all from my end. If you like this video, do mark it as liked on YouTube. If you have not subscribed to our channel, you can do so by clicking the subscribe button. For any queries, please write to us at astrosevaworld@yahoo.com and we'll be glad to assist you. To know more about us, you can visit our website astroseva.tripod.com.